Hello everyone and welcome back to SnowRunner on the hardest of modes. And what could well be a very special episode today, because as long as I don't cock things up massively, this will be the finale of Michigan. For now, of course, we have talked previously about abandoning ship and before doing the logging missions and coming back to complete them at a later date. Oh, wow, what a fantastic start. Here you go, everyone. If you leave your White Western Star in a puddle for too long, it gets a bit stuck. There we go. We're out. But yeah, unless I do something drastically idiotic with a truck, then it's going to be time to wave goodbye to Michigan. And we'll be heading up north, I believe, to Alaska. Northwest. I don't actually know where Michigan is in America. I couldn't point to it on a map. Which is, I don't know. If you're watching this and you're American, you might be a little bit upset by that. But my understanding of where various states are in America is not great. I've never been to America. The closest I've got to America is the western coast of Wales. Geographically, that is probably the shortest distance in terms of me being closest to America. Or in the Lake District, I'm not really sure which one is closer. But yeah, either Wales or the Lake District is geographically as close to America as I've ever been in my life. I feel like this is going really slow, although to be fair, we are pulling Doris and Betty? I can't remember her name now. Deirdre, there we go. Flipping heck. If you've not watched the episodes with their appearances, wow, you're going to be mighty confused. Listening to me talking about that. Shit, my fuel drain is a lot. That's alright, we've got... Have we got the fuel trailer attached to it? Oh yes, of course. I'd forgotten that Chevy's got a Scout fuel trailer attached to it as well. So we are pulling a reasonable bit of weight here. I hope everyone's well, anyway. It is, at the time of recording, the 2nd of November. So, when you watch this, probably in a week, if you watch it as soon as it comes out, I was going to say, I hope you had a great Halloween, but that's going to be a week out of date already. And then if you watch it at any other point, unless by chance you're watching it on a Halloween in a future year, then I've lost my train of thought. Great. Don't know what I was going to say there. Something about Happy Halloween, but completely lost my thread. It's this wonderful hill again. Are we going to bottom out? Are we going to get stuck? Are we going to plough through it like the champ that the White Western Star is? Let's not get caught on a highway barrier. Bank it into auto. And it's almost time to reunite with some trucks. Oh, shit the bed. It's actually getting pretty crowded down there now. Yeah. Oh, bulk. Oh, that's done it. Right. Goodbye to you. I'm curious if the Chevy's light survived that. Oh, they're knackered anyway, aren't they? Well, good. What's next? It's time for the Pacific P16. She's gonna scooter. Oh, let's jump into it first. Oh, for some reason I expected a loading screen there, so I went to drink my coffee. And it's instantaneous. So I'm just going to sit here for a second and very professionally take a sip of coffee whilst panning delightfully around the P16. I'm making this way longer than it needs to be. There we go, right. Let's go. Oh, I love that ship horn. I've had a whole bunch of new subscribers to the channel recently as well, which is absolutely wonderful. I love you all. And I was going to say thank you and welcome. Obviously, you may watch this at God knows what time, so where that message is relevant, it's always going to be relevant. But, you know, you might have recently joined, but be potentially ploughing your way through episode 1, or from episode 1. Which, if you do watch all the way from episode 1 to where we are now, there's an awful lot of listening to me talking rubbish. So, good work. Well, this isn't going as easy as I thought it might. Nope, don't connect that. Did we even... Nope. We have actually got a repair trailer up at garage, so that's going to be fairly handy because we can repair some trucks. There's possibly one or two that I might even do a repair in the garage itself to get a bodywork repair on, to get some lights back, and to be honest, that might just be the Chevy. Oh no. Come on, Pacific. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Look at you. Yeah, so most of them I'm not fussed about doing a bodywork repair on. It's kind of dead money, in a way. Not of the Sierra Madre kind, but it's just not really worth it unless the bodywork is absolutely twatted, or more importantly, the lights are gone. So, here we go. A little convoy of trucks. And I've got to somehow sensibly get some of these up to the garage now. And I've kind of blocked my route. So I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks. If it sounded weird when I was speaking then, it's because I was like kind of rubbing my nose at the same time. Giving it a good old scratch. But it may have made me sound like a muppet. How do I want to do this? I think... twin steer. Let's take you, and we'll just take the Fleet Star with us. So I'm just stopping for a second to switch off the ambient music because we're going to be doing this journey 3 times in a row. And we've seen it many, many times before, which of course means it's time-lapse time, which is very exciting because I always enjoy picking out the music to go over the time-lapses. Actually, I've never kind of asked about this. I know I've had some opinions on the time lapses in the past, but is everyone cool with the music choices? Do people like them? Oh shit, I've just whacked the fleet start quite a bit, I think. Might be a bodywork repair for that as well if its lights just got battered. It's fine. Yeah, opinions on time lapses and, more importantly, music choices. Hit me up, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Well, I made a bit of a mess with those trailers, didn't I? I was trying to get the Scout fuel trailer just out of the way. As you saw. Didn't really work, though. Made a bit of a mess. Twatted my trucks a bit. And yeah, great success. Right, we've got one last contest to do. The lights are still alright on this. Jesus, that is battered. Oh well. We've got one last contest to do here, and I think I'm going to use the Fleet Star for it. So it's a short drive up the road to the start point, and then I can stock up and have at it. I was kind of umming and ahhing whether to do this with the Fleet Star or the Twin Stir, but I think the Fleet Star should be fine for it. I think that's what I did it in, on normal mode. And I don't know, there's something quite nice about finishing up with the Fleet Star. In the sense that it was the first truck, really. What am I getting? Ooh, it doesn't actually tell me what I need to take, which is helpful. Deliver to the farm, service spare parts ×3. So let's get some of those, which I believe are over here. I'm just going to do a tight turn here so that we can come back at it from another direction. So it's crane time. Everyone's favourite. I don't know why I'm so wobbly with this at the moment. Don't know whether I'm going to be able to reach the trailer with this. That might be okay. Might be okay if we... I say it might be okay. You're very wrong. I've got an idea though. I raise that up. And then very quickly almost throw it. Yes! That should do the trick. Nothing like some illegal cargo loading. More service spare parts. More crane mode. More loading. Also, controversial statement, but this might not actually be the last Michigan video. Wrong button there. And I'm not talking about the logging here, because I was thinking, whilst I was driving up here, just to give myself some more fuel options, both for potentially taking fuel to Alaska and for when it does come to the logging missions. I'm thinking I might do one of the little video only episodes where it's just pretty much, well, no talking, like 47.5, where we take probably the White Western Star with a appropriate thing on it and go and pick up this trailer, the fuel carrier semi-trailer, and bring it back to the garage where we are now, or where we were a second ago, because we have got fuel here for logging missions, and there's lots of fuel in Island Lake, etc. But grabbing that is probably going to do me a solid, so I might well do that. As I say, it'll be one probably without me speaking much, because it should just be a fairly easy trip down the usual Smithfield Dam Road to Drummond Island. Most of the roads in here should be fairly chill getting across here. I think the only bit of drama is going to be this little muddy patch, but that's what a winch is for. So I'll probably do that without talking, because there is sometimes limited amounts of stuff that I know what to say in this. And when it's very much a A to B drive, especially one that we've done many times before, I don't know whether I'll have a lot to say. Right, contest time. I didn't see what the timing is on this. I think it's a couple of minutes at least. It's an interesting one, because I know that, in a way, what makes my SnowRunner videos unique, well, not unique, no, I guess that is the right word, because I know there's other people making hard mode videos out there. Obviously a lot of them are better than me at driving, so I've got that aspect. But what sets my videos apart from everyone else's is my commentary. You know, we're all doing the same missions, we're all playing the same game. Obviously everyone has different ways of tackling them, which is part of the excitement, I guess, of watching these things. Yeah, so I'm mindful that when I do the videos without any talking, it sort of takes away from that. But as I said, sometimes I'm just not entirely sure what to say. I never noticed that little track was there. Do you remember that mission, that video years ago? Literal years ago, I think. Well, a year or so ago at this point, where I got stuck in the ditch over there. I think it was like episode 12 or something. I mean, amazing memory if I've got that right. But yeah, that could have been avoided if I'd just taken that little route that we did there. Oh, this is pretty sticky mud. Alright, into the cornfield. Not into the cornfield because it's goopy. Ooh, don't get stuck. I was about to cut across through their wheelie bins then, but I remembered I think there is damage limitations on this contest, and I don't want to accidentally nail myself on a wheelie bin in SnowRunner. There we go. Done. Lovely. So I just realised that's kind of quite anti-climatic to the last contest for Michigan. But there we go. Oh, piss flaps. I knew trying to go over that tree would be a bad idea. We never need that trailer again, so goodbye. It has zero use here unless extra missions ever get added to Michigan. So yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think I will do that trip with the White Western Star to get that semi-fuel trailer. Because that means I can potentially take the GMC with a full load of fuel. It's a bit of a tongue twister. A full load of fuel to Alaska, if needs be. And even if I don't need to do that, it brings plenty of fuel to the garage in Smithville, which, if I remember correctly, serves as kind of a somewhat regular passing point for doing the logging missions. Even if I do need to shift the trailer a little bit, like, it's useful to do. Right. I think it's repair times, but I think I might just get a photo of all this lot, first of all. Right. So what I also want to do is jump in the GMC. I'm going to bring that to here. There's a reason for doing this, because it's organisation time. This is going to be a slightly weird way to almost end the video, but twin stir. So, do I have to be in the GMC to the Fleet Star to repair? I do, don't I? So, the Fleet Star, let's repair it. Hang on. All its lights work, so there's no need for bodywork repair. So we're going to repair the Fleet Star. And let's repair the Western Twinster. Only need 7 repair points. That's all I can get for now. So the Twinster, I don't know whether it's going to go to Alaska. It might do, it might not. So I'm just going to park it over here. There was part of me that was going to go and park it in the bays. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's waste some fuel. Make this video slightly longer than necessary. But aesthetically, this is going to be lovely. I think out of all the trucks that we've got here, it's the only one that I'm not certain whether it will go to Alaska or not. It probably will, but let's leave it here for now. That also means when I have that semi-fuel trailer, that I can fuel this up as and when it needs to go, even if the GMC is already gone. Clever. So, Pacific. Lights are all intact. So, no body work repair needed. Let's change to Fleet Star. Oh no. Oh, I keep missing it. Oh my god, I'm having a nightmare here. There we go. Jesus. Pacific P16. 47 needed. Wonderful. That is repaired. It's also refueled. And into the garage it goes. So the Western Star, all working lights. I'll say this might be, or will be doing its run to get the semi-fuel trailer. So into the Fleet Star, do the repair. Ooh, suspension's pretty knackered on that. Back. Now we'll do some refueling from... Oh no, it's not doing its thing because it's not close enough. So let's refuel this from the fuel tank into the White Western Star. We can also get it into the Chevy at the same time here. And into the Fleet Star. So they're all just filled up. Save pissing around anymore. This is going into the garage. So Chevy, it's got 2 working lights. I think I'm going to bodywork repair this. Because even though those lights might get broken in time, the ones behind it, potentially having the bull bar, like the thing at the front bumper, might save it a little bit now. And we're going to do a reasonable amount of scouting with this, I believe. So let's get it repaired for... Oh, it's 1,500. I thought it was 2.5. So £1,000 cheaper than I thought. Let's do it. Oh, look at that, like new. And that just leaves us with the GMC to possibly repair. Oh, it's too far away. For some reason. There we go. You know what? Let's ignore everything that I said. Let's go to the garage. And let's do this now. Let's go get that fuel trailer, because then we can properly end. Properly end in Michigan today. So we've got a bit of a journey to get there. I will time-lapse it because I'm not going to be able to chat the entire way. But this just means I don't have to do a 0.5 episode. This one won't be horrendously long either because of the time-lapses at the start and this time-lapse. And yeah, we can just completely wrap off Michigan. And then move on to Alaska once we've got our fuel trailer back at base. And obviously if something does cock up with a journey, I'll be able to chat about it. But if not, I'll probably time-lapse this for, I don't know how long. Depends when I feel like chatting again. It might be when we get to the tanker. It might be when we get back to the garage. But we'll see. We will see. It'll be a nice evening and nighttime drive through Smithfield Dam. And it's going to take a while. I think it's probably about a 10-minute drive from here to the fuel tanker. And then probably a little longer back because we're dragging weight behind us. But, yeah. Yeah, nice way to round off. So, I'll speak to you all in a bit. Well, we made it to the garage with only a little bit of damage, and the trailer even attaches. How much fuel's in this? Quite a lot. There was part of me that was really scared that for some reason it wouldn't attach, whether I'd put the wrong saddle on or it didn't like the fact that the crane was here or something. I was like, God, could you imagine like the 10 minutes or so of driving just to not work essentially. But now we've got to go back, which is a real treat. So I thought I'd enliven things by chatting a little bit. Not that I've got much to say, which is kind of what I was saying earlier about the 0.5 videos, of which now there's still only one on the channel, is that sometimes when it's a A to B journey and I don't have any random ass stories to tell, or there's not much happening in terms of gameplay beyond a fairly straightforward drive, I don't always know what to talk about. Ooh, almost. I've done that twice now, pressed the wrong button in panic when the diff lock explosion thing's about to trigger. But yeah, I think this kind of muddy bit is going to be probably the most difficult bit of the journey back. Especially if it likes to not let me use my diff lock. Should be okay now, back in the wetter mud. I don't know why, but these fuel tankers always remind me of some sort of rocket. I say I don't know why, I know exactly why. It's because of the shape, and to be fair, the colour as well. I saw myself flying towards a rock there. I thought it was going to do me a nasty. So this right here is probably going to be the bit where we're most likely to get stuck in the mud, I think. I'm going to aim to the right, where there's a few more trees and also less water. You can see that glinting there. So avoid going through that. Try and plough up the hill here. Hey, we're good. And we've still got some fuel there for looking after this map, as and when we need to for possible logging. It's got a reasonable amount of fuel in it as well by the looks of things, so I'm more than happy nicking this one. I think there's quite a bit of fuel knocking around in Island Lake as well if we ever need more fuel in Michigan. And that is, of course, only talking about free fuel. There is a petrol station on 3 out of the 4 maps, so we can always buy some petrol if it needs be. Obviously that eats into the money in hard mode, but it is an option. Right, back on the tarmac. Really? I think when we hit Smithfield Dam, I'll jump into another time lapse again until we get to the garage, or anything happens beforehand, which hopefully it won't. Well, apart from battering myself on a couple of rocks, that was a relatively painless journey. I'm not entirely sure what the big one was that completely spanned us for a bit of damage, and that might have even been before I picked up the fuel tanker now. I can't remember where it happened. Yeah, that was fun. Interesting test of the fuel endurance, or fuel life length, or whatever you'd call it, because both those are wrong. Fuel capacity of the White Western Star as well, because we've done all that on less than a full tank. So I want to park this somewhere somewhat sensible. Ideally where that blue trailer is right now. But hey ho, I wonder if I can back it into a bay. No, I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to swing it here for now. I know the GMC's going to have to come around and grab it. I'll get some fuel from it, but whatever. Oh, I know where to go with it. There we go. Just against the shipping container there. Lovely. Right, so I'm going to refuel the White Western Star. Scoot on over to get repaired again. And hopefully be able to get close enough to do that. Change into the Fleet Star. Repair the White Western Star. 22 points of damage on that little trip. Change truck. Not this one. To you. So you're in the garage. How much space have I got in here? 2 empty slots. Perfect. That's fine. So let's get the GMC fueled up. There's 1,000 litres of fuel left in that. And finally, the Fleet Star. So there we go. Wave goodbye to Michigan, everyone. It's going to be a while until we're here again. Unless I have to come and pick up the Twinster, of course. But there it is. So we've got a very battered Fleet Star. Alright GMC. Freshly repaired Chevy. Somewhat battered White Western Star. We don't talk about this thing. And somewhat battered Pacific. There we go. So that's it. That is it for Michigan for now. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, liking the videos. I don't know whether I'm going to take a short break before jumping into Alaska. It won't be, it's not going to be a long time. But I might actually make some content in some different games for a little while and then jump back into Alaska. So if you're watching this live, it could be a little while to the next one. And when I say a little while, a couple of weeks max. If you're not watching it live and Alaska's already out, whatever. If I've changed my mind, whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you in the nice and snowy Alaska in the future. Thank you. And goodbye.